Greetings. Welcome to my channel, Mission 919, devoted to information and narratives of African achievement, well-being, and prosperity. And today I want to talk a little bit about Kamala Harris, the Vice President-elect. I want to talk about her from the point of view of her symbolic significance. So Kamala Harris, her father is from Jamaica, and her mother, who has already transitioned, was from South India of Tamil or Dravidian heritage. And so she represents, well, first of all, I want to say something about the fact that she is female, and that we're living in a time when there is a rising level or rising occurrence of female leadership in the world, which is something that I believe is desperately needed. And so she is part of that dynamic in a very central way. She has a very good chance of becoming the first female president of the United States. Nothing is guaranteed, of course, but she is in the inside position to achieve that, I believe. Now, the fact that she is, her parents are from Jamaica and India, respectively, is quite interesting because from Jamaica, it sort of represents the last large migration of African people outside of the continent, in this case a forced migration. But the Tamils, Dravidians, also originate from the continent, from the Nile Valley, from the ancient Kushites, and they migrated to what is now India thousands of years ago, at least 4,000 years ago, perhaps sooner than that. And they are the last remnant of what was a large representation of African peoples all over Asia and extending eastward into the Pacific. And that's why we find the Aboriginals and, of course, the Fijians, etc., all the way out in the middle of the Pacific. So the Tamils sort of represent the largest concentration of that ancient migration, or several migrations, really. It's not just one migration. That's a very important point, that people have been, that African history begins in Africa, but it extends planet-wide. Napoleon had a saying that Africa begins at the Pyrenees, but really, I would say Africa ends at the poles, because pretty much everywhere on the planet, Africans migrated at one point or another. And so the Tamils are certainly part of that ancient and august tradition. And so the fact that she has both of these heritages from migrations, ancient and more modern, and that her parents, and that she embodies both of them, is a kind of recombination of those histories. And so while there's some nonsense here and there, questioning how black Kamala Harris is, that's kind of foolishness. There's nobody on the planet who's more black than Kamala Harris. I mean, there is no such thing. So so I hope that people will be impacted by her at the symbolic level, and more people will delve into this very complicated and long histories, and that the consciousness among African peoples around the world will be raised as a result of her now becoming Vice President-elect. And so this has nothing to do with her personal politics per se. I'm not discussing that. There's some hostility towards her. There's a lot of attraction toward her as well. And all of that will play out as it does, but from the symbolic level, I think it's very important, very, very important, and a very good development. So in the name of the ancestors and the unborn, who are the same, Ashe, 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 and we will see you soon.